think I got it.
Not like that, okay.
Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About synths, about the Institute's plans. Find, disable, or destroy the Institute. We may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal, and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Got the RF. We got it.
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now!
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Jammed.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. I've been looking.
Who are you?
Come on, Sean. We need to go.
Father, what's going on?
Sean, are you...
What's going on?
Uh-huh. Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away.
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to...
Sure.
Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are... Let's start anew.
Right. Give me Sean.
I know. I know.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find. It's good to finally meet you. I am.
Oh, come on! That's crazy.
I assure you, I am completely sane and entirely honest. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am, raised by the Institute.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the... But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from... I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that I am their father.
Sean.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. What else can I say?
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. Has it always been easy? Of course not. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. With old age comes regret. But what matters now is that you... What else can I say?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working the Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you just...
Right.
I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to... And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity.
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth.
Sure.
I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, we really do have humanity's best. Will you take that?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am.
Right. All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please, you want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival.
Diamond City Radio wouldn't be possible without the help of some wonderful businesses here in town. Commonwealth
It's an
weaponry.
honor to have you here, sir.
Dangerous world out there. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Here's Johnny Mercer, folks. Enjoy.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary.
Hi, Doc.
Oh,
They weren't
I
kidding.
don't know.
You really are.
Most
here.
of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm Alan.
lifespans.
When
You
Father
ask
told
me,
us about you,
they were
I could
built
hardly
pretty
believe
well.
it. You've been. If you don't mind my asking, what was?
I just wanted to find my son.
Now,
Sure.
as you might guess, we maintain and there's a lot of the work we do. So.
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least... If there's anything else you'd like to know about the...
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Power Distribution is Dr. Evan Watts. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our... We also make use of a...
Allie,
There we go.
Hi there.
All set.
Something I can help
Unit,
you
you
with?
can return to duty.
it must be a challenge to me.
Absolute. Over the year. When necessary. Fortunately. It's a good thing.
Greetings.
Of course.
As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
I'll take a look, sure.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office.
Excuse me,
Pass
Doctor.
along your message,
Welcome,
Doctor.
welcome. It is...
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of how. It's my mission. You should know that. See that you people on the
Welcome
surface
to
have
the
got it pretty
Institute,
bad.
sir.
Makes me thankful for being down here.
Operating at full capacity.
You're here. Glad you made it.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together. Grades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty
smell
much
like you've
all the
been
other
above ground.
departments.
You going soft?
Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, acting director of the Synth Retention. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye. Despite your relation to Father, I'm sure you understand. There won't...
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. It's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of this. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of a...
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. The results could be disastrous.
Sure.
Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. You know, but I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very...
Why does it matter?
If there is some defect in Courser combat programming, then it must be identified and corrected. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform
Right.
Now, unless you need something else, I'll get...
If you're the acting head of the SRB...
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's... In his absence,
Dr. Ayo.
Yes, what is it?
I'd like to know more about the synth...
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, we then begin... In those cases,
Sure.
all too often. What do you want? And please, make it quick.
You mentioned that coursers...
The SRB constantly... Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigate. Those who pass a final evaluation become Coursers. The rest have their...
Uh-huh.
Able to collaborate with the other divisions.
Sure. Yeah, well, if you can't get...
Yeah, even worse. We got a lot... Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Bastards are dragging their feet just to make a point.
Please don't get any germs on me.
6 checked in yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Better keep an eye on that. To lean on the other departments a little.